Hello, good evening. It's nearly midnight and I've just remembered to do my daily live stream. So here I am. I went out this evening. I went to a meetup called Scarlet Ladies, which I'm a member of. And I went to a talk called Beyond Monogamy. It was like a panel talk, and they had 4 panelists with interesting alternative relationship styles. And that was so awesome. That was so nourishing to hear what they had to say and to get all these insights and have people express their viewpoints and what works for them in an open, curious, shame-free environment. And one of the things that was discussed was monogamy, nature or nurture. Like, is it natural for human beings to be monogamous? Is that our natural state? And different people had different things to say about chimps and apes and things, and the fact that we see the animal kingdom, we see animals having sex for pleasure, and we see a lot of non-monogamy in the animal kingdom, etc. And obviously, historically, there's the question of marriage being more of a business arrangement. And actually, although the concept of marriage was to be monogamous, in this country at least, with one partner, it's not how it worked. People had mistresses and stuff, you know. And what came up while I was at this talk was I remembered this book that I've started reading. I start reading books, I don't finish them at the moment, which is The Ethical Slut. Which is probably going to show up on the video the wrong way around, so good luck with that. And I thought of this book because I started reading it and I was surprised by what a good job it did of sort of going into where monogamy in our society comes from, how it came to be so commonplace, and the fact that it is not the beginning, it's not how it's always been, it's not even been around for a very long time, the concept of monogamy in romantic relationships. It's pretty new. So yeah, The Ethical Slut. I thought I was quite triggered by the number of times the word slut came up in the book, but you get used to it, and it's not. It's kind of heavier than it seems. It's quite what's the word? It's quite substantial, content-wise, and I found that really good fun. So yeah. So I guess the thought for the day is, what is the deal with our obsession with monogamy? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about jealousy? And if you feel like, you know, you're made for monogamy, that might be true. That might be good. And I think there's value in all sorts of different relationship styles. I don't feel like you have to have one style. But what do you feel is true for you, is right for you? And if you're really drawn to one particular style, then I'll just invite you to contemplate where that thought or feeling came from. Is it because it feels easiest for you? If you think it's right, where did you get the idea that it's right from? And maybe you could play with your edges there and feel out the opposite would be right. Yeah. Just for fun. All right, I'm going to go to bed. Mwah.